Hi there, I'm back with another video. This is an unpopular hair opinions. These are my own personal opinions. Click like, subscribe, click that notification bell so that you do not miss another video. Again, personal opinion, I'm not a hairstylist, just a girl who's been struggling with her hair, finally got it together. I'm using the total results from Matrix, a curl can dream made with manuka honey, and a tangle teaser detangling brush, as well as a hair clip separator that I got from eSalon. And I literally just washed my hair after 8 days of using a wash and go. And one of the things that I do that most people are going to tell you not to do is air dry. I air dry. I know that will leave my hair prone to frizz, but I do it anyways. Another thing that you will see me do is limit the amount of leave-ins that I use. Typically, I will use a leave-in moisturizer and double it as a styling cream. I know that it has little to no hold, but considering that I don't typically go out or style my hair because I'm normally home anyways, and I literally don't do much with my hair, I use a leave-in, and most of the time my hair is going to stay in a bun. Now, if you hear some background noise, just pretend you don't hear. It's just my daughter throwing in her 1-2 cents, because, you know, she got to commentate on every single thing that I do, you know. She might be side-eyeing me right now because, listen, we've been told so many times what to do and what not to do when it comes to hair care and how to take care of our hair. And the natural hair movement has been going on strong. But one thing I have realized is when it's come down to my personal hair journey, I cannot, for starters, I can't afford to follow their advice. In fact, I started on my own natural hair journey, doing my own thing, because a lot of the stuff that was being mentioned to do was not working for me and was getting too expensive. There's been such an outcry lately about hairstylists and hairstylists not being able to do their part in making sure that a lot of us natural girlies have the best outcome when it comes to our hair. And to be honest, I get it. I get it, because I'm one of those girls. As women, we know that our hormones play a great deal on our hair. I'm 2 years postpartum. I had a baby 2 years ago, and my hair is still crazy shedding. As you see here, my hair looks like it got volume, but when I separate my hair, you can see lots of skin. The density is not what it's looking like. I think personally that I have like that medium density. Mind you, my hair is colored, and but what I've noticed that works best for my hair is to just not do much with it. And listen, like, everybody is different. All of our DNAs is completely different. And so when I approach my hair, I have to take other people's experiences with a grain of salt. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna, you know, pay attention. It just means that my DNA is unique, and it shows with the way that my hair turns out. These curls are a combination. It's a cocktail of so many different genes that has come together to produce this hair, let alone hormones. I've been pregnant 3 times, so that means my hair has gone through 3 sets of hormonal changes. The hair at the bottom is not the same age as the hair at the top. And let's not forget the pandemic of the disease that shall not be named. Stress played a huge toll on my hair routine. And so it's important that we understand that we shouldn't allow other people to play hair scientists on our head. And for me, that's it. Like, I understand that hairstylists have a particular tool. They have a certain expertise, and depending on where I am, like geographically speaking, I understand that like their expertise and their skill is going to be completely different based on exposure. And I get it. Like, I mean, I feel like in 2023, there are enough courses, there's enough stories, enough experiences for most hairstylists to be knowledgeable in how to do curly hair, but unfortunately, that is not the reality. There's a lot of outdated technique, outdated thoughts, outdated ideologies surrounding hair care that is still very much rampant. So that's why for me, the only hair scientist allowed to touch my head and my hair is me. I've had this body for over 30 years. And I've been taking care of my hair for over 20 years. So I'm very much aware of like what works and what does not work. And if I want to experiment, that's me. That's on me. That's nobody else, you know, experimenting on my hair, which is why my hair is colored. This was E-Salon. This was an E-Salon collaboration that I had done, and that's why you see the color that is on my hair. The leave-ins that I use, I'm very selective on the leave-ins that I use, the leave-in moisturizers, and I try my best to go in one at a time. And I am aware of the genetic disposition. And when I say genetic disposition, I'm not talking about like looking at who had long hair in the family tree or who had. I'm talking about like, I understand that as a black woman, my curls have a genetic disposition to behave a certain way due to its environmental factors. Now, I do have a biochemistry background, so I tend to approach everything with a molecular genetic mindset. I keep that kind of like at the back of my head. It's not like something I would say, oh, that's what I live by, or that's what I base all my decisions on. But I am aware that as a black woman, my curls will respond a particular way. I remember being in Cuba. My hair was thriving. My hair was thriving. When I am in the Caribbean, my hair is very much loving it. Up here, where it is colder and away from the equator here in Canada, not so much. My daughters also have very different hair textures, even though they have curls. Their hair behave differently depending on what I do, depending on their curls, and depending on the style or the product that I use on their hair. So and of course, depending on their age. So you have to keep that in mind whenever entrusting a hairstylist to be the hair doctor. You know, they are not doctors. They are hairstylists with a particular set of skill. And so when we address certain hair concerns that don't fit the mold of their expertise, or that does not fit the standard of their knowledge as hairstylists, I believe that it is up to them to make sure to communicate that hey, this is beyond my scope of work, of my scope of knowledge. Certain things, certain issues require a trip to the doctor. Certain issues requires a trip to a trichologist. Like, let's be for real. There are certain things, for example, a general doctor, a general practitioner might be able to diagnose, and then there are certain times we have to go see a specialist. And when it comes to our hair, or any part of the body, to be honest, whether it be the skin, your hair, your heart, your liver, there are times you have to go see a specialist, whether it be a trichologist, whether it be a dermatologist. Some of our hair issues are not diet based. Some of our hair issue is skin based, it's scalp based. Sometimes it's diet, sometimes it's manipulation, sometimes it's tools, sometimes it's application. And there are so many aspects to hair care because we are all different people. We are all different individuals. Our DNA, our genetic makeup is completely different, which requires us to address certain specific concerns with care. And I think this is where the biggest disconnect is happening amongst the hair community, is that we've accepted a certain standard of normalcy, or we've created this baseline of what curly hair is supposed to look, feel, touch, be like. And when it doesn't behave that way, the professionals are quick to blame the client, and it's like a whole victimization or gaslighting of these people who are paying good money for a solution. And so there needs to be a clear understanding between what a hairstylist is and what a hairstylist isn't. We don't always have the answers. The YouTubers don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. I only have the answers for what works for me, what works for my daughters. That's all I can speak on. Okay, again, I'm the only hair scientist in my house. That's what I do. And so that's why for me, I would say if you can air dry, air dry. You see some shedding, that's cool. I mean, again, I'm in postpartum. My hormones are still getting it together. My hair's been shedding for a while. I've been stressed out. I know what my life is like. I know what my day-to-day is like. I know what I can afford to purchase, what I can afford not to purchase. I know what my living situation is like, so I can only speak for myself. And so whenever we are listening to these people online or these, social media famous stylists or experts or know-it-all, it's very important to understand that everybody is on their own personal journey and they can only speak to the level of expertise and knowledge that they have acquired over the years that they have been doing this. And as people with influence, it's important that we also understand that we don't know everything and that it's okay. We don't know everything. We're not supposed to know everything. There are people who specialize in certain extreme cases, I would say, or abnormal cases, and we need to respect that. We need to respect the fact that there are people who have studied and learned these things so that we can use the beauty products and the hair products that we have. Like, for example, this leave-in cream that I'm using, right? I know for a fact that it's not going to give me a whole lot of hold, but it's going to leave my hair super soft once it air dries. I'm okay with that. And so this can only take place if we have honest conversations, if we have authentically transparent conversations where we can finally admit that we ain't got the answers. And I know it's unfortunate that it's come to this, that people are still feeling left out in this journey that should be empowering and loving, but that is not the case. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to click like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao for now.